this ice bucket dropping over their head with it. Extra the cred with it. You either fight or flight, I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that died but fed millions. With soul food flowed and stocked my bare kitchen. I'm liberated. I drew a play that they ain't illustrated. I make a move, they gladly imitate it. I ain't flattered, I'm a dragon to your paper castle. The Alpha and Omega, promise it ain't nothing after. A new beginning. My catalog like James Earl Jones, the ever living. Imagine if I did make beats that's more for killing. Imagine if you come from the south out my city. You probably wouldn't make it, oh yeah, really. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. Ain't no mileage of $4 configure the road I travel. Don't gravel, that probably baffle it. Label scribble on paper, they wanna shackle it. I own my masters and royalties, you can't raffle it. Wrist drip like a mango, fingertips like I'm Thanos. Knocking those down, no bangles. Without a Kango, tailor-made. Walk with a limp, them bands is heavy, I need a brace. I am money, I guess the world is just a safe combination needed, not a coca-key. I'm the extra lighter on the dresser. I know you need it, smoking out the competition, pouring up, we undefeated. What you heard, let's hear we eating, talking about.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be tackled just shy of the... First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
He's got a man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's first and 10 from the 45. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Eugene and Rosu got the sack there.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. He'll drop to throw. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Now it's Jackson. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that and continuing to let him throw the football.
Here's Edwards again on 2nd down. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expect it to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yep, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over.
Let's go.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to pump the ball. They've done so with that first run.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Geno down to throw. And he goes down, and it's in the end zone. Smith goes down in that end zone. That is a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away, because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
And it's taken in at the 9. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Yeah, difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Looking left side. Andrews with it complete. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Jackson. Finding space at the 40. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. To throw is Jackson. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he is going to have a Ravens first down as they wind up getting 13 there on 4th down. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Dobbins. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And some room to run now. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Kenneth Walker, 75 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. A short kick taken at the 18 and able to get this out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points. But then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Jackson. Able to locate Andrews here on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism. Great.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Smith. Over the middle, complete. It's Goodwin. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And they'll get this out quickly to Goodwin. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
Here's Walker. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the 2nd time in the ball game.
And Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Extra point up and through by Myers, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Here we go.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. Completes it to Fant on the right side. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll try for the first with Walker. And this will be a Seahawks first down as the tackle made at about the 38. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now is Geno. He'll find Metcalf. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now Geno on first down. That completes it again to Metcalf. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Smith. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And they'll work this down inside the 30. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, He wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Play action. Now Jackson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Darrell Taylor got in there to drop him. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out, you see, and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Dobbins. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2? Maybe even 3 more plays.
And they'll try to pound it in with Ricard, and he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and goal, Jackson. Flush to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So a big chance goes by the wayside there. A tough break on 3rd and goal.
Yeah, as a general rule, you know you're usually not going to win games with field goals. But in this case, they had 3 points in their pocket. I get what he was trying to do, but that's a big swing of momentum right there.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Dobbins trying the left side. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Jackson. And now here's another interception. And the Seahawksons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They'll get this out wide to Metcalf. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. The slot man in motion right. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He'll field this at the 5. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself with play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And this is taken in at the 5. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 53 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Second down and goal. Jackson. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds. Saved him from a turnover.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? Advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, well, they about 95% chance already.
Yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Inside handoff, Penny. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Defense owned that sequence, kept them right around the goal line.
How about a 3-play sequence where they did exactly as you described, owned every play, got them backed up, now they're going to get the football back. Personally, I don't rush the punter here. I play punt safe, let them punt it to me, and give my offense great field position.
Yeah, if you play your cards right, you can be in plus territory pretty quickly here. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And take it right on the 30. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Well, very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? fed off of each other. Every big play they've made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continue to build energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick six?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And this is caught by Watkins. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 39. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands but could not hang on.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
They go play action now. Jackson finds his man over the middle. It's likely. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Jordan Brooks with it.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Let's go. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. So the victory here for Seattle. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.